Good morning. Today I want to talk about a little bit about the astrology of today. And in addition, we have a full moon up and coming on the 6th. And I'm seeing a lot of really intense energy as this comes in. And in part, as a medical astrologer, I diagnose in a sense, or I help you discover what it is within your body that might be happening that's not easy for a medical doctor to understand or catch, which is a huge problem for them because really, quite frankly, blood tests are not at all, as a whole, accurate. And I can say this because I have AB negative blood, and with AB negative, I don't make antigens the same way. And so when they're going in and they're doing a protein, ask if you want your body to say, okay, what have you been exposed to? Where are you really at? I'm not going to answer to those things. My body doesn't answer to that. So, there are people in that sense that blood tests are not really made for at all. Now, mind you, I have a very rare blood type, and it's not like what I have is going to be one that's going to get, maybe it gets researched, but it's not going to be researched in the same way that you would think. So there's a couple of reasons I'm bringing this to your attention. One, we're going to be offering a new service where I am going to be providing a monthly forecast on medical, which will give you an idea of what to expect within that month and the transits that are largely involved. I won't provide every transit because if I do, it would just become confusing to you, the listener, unless you personally ask me to provide you more information that way because you want to learn astrology. That might be a little different story. But even then, I'm going to have to be measured because this stuff takes time. So what I would like for you to do is to consider booking, or not booking, but purchasing a forecast, which is going to be $50 for a monthly forecast, and you can provide yourself those, annually or whatever you want to do. And I can even look at it as an annual, but my basic offering is not annual, it is monthly. And if I offer it as an annual, I'll have to add more to it because it's 12 calendar months that I'm going to be evaluating individually. So understanding that the process of the evaluation is that I would need to look at every single month carefully to make sure that I'm catching the subtle details of your health. So $50, it's quite a value. You go to the doctor and you buy the gas, you drive around, you're frustrated because really, quite honestly, they don't get it right because they don't know how. And it's not really their fault. They've been educated in such a way that they've been told that x-rays, the mechanical look is what solves their problems, but that's not really quite the case. Our bodies are ever so subtle. So we're going to just ask the cards. Now with this January 6, 2023, we're talking about 1-6. So you got a 7 there, okay? You're gonna have 7 twice because we're in a 7-year. But if you add the month and day together, you get another 7. So we're talking 2 7s, but that's kind of, I would prefer to see 3 7s in that reading to make it more balanced, if you will, because that is just triple 7 is considered lucky, fortunate. There are some advantages to the 777 versus the 777. Okay, so I'm going to use my Mana deck, and I'm just going to ask Spirit to tell us this full moon. Now, when a full moon happens, remember our vital force goes down. So in my chart, I read it and it just had a scary sounding look, like if I go to the doctor and I get my blood tests, it's going to come back and they're not going to have a clue what's going on, and that there's autoimmune, and that my overall function is compromised, and which is consistent with what's true. I'm having polycystic kidney disease at this point. along with stage 4 cancer in my cervical spine. And, you know, I'm quite the fighter. A lot of people will say to me, I can't believe you're that sick. I can't believe that you got all these problems. But really, it's a mindset. If I don't let this get to me, it doesn't get to me. There are days that if I spend any time thinking about it, I get frightened and then I just drop like a rock. So it's there, it's true, but I live my life like I'm living and not like I'm dying. And I think that we're all dying, okay? We all live in bodies that at some point reach a point where the cellular overthrow happens, okay? And you can't really do much about that because it's a natural process. But in a way, yes, you can. You can. Our bodies are self-repairing machines. So what happens on a full moon? Well, our vital force goes down. The moon and the sun are blocking each other's lights in that sense. It's temporary. It's very brief. It's, you know, maybe a few hours or however long the whole process lasts. But, you know, it is one of those things that, and then the moon goes into the, you know, void of course and all of these. Right now it's in void of course, which means, again, we're not getting all the vital force, not all the light that we need. So I'm just going to simply ask the Mana Tarot, what might we expect? Okay. Yes. So we get the 27 Mama Loho, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right, where we're swimming, okay? We're transforming. We're paddling as fast as we can in the difficulties that we face. And you notice that hand uprise with a butterfly in it, and it is showing that the hand is rather red in some ways. It's not a healthy color. And as a medical astrologer, I look at what's called the humors. And I like to use the 5 humor method, which is also involving Chinese medicine or also Ayurvedic, is one of my thoughts at this point, very important. So you can see that this paddle is standing up and it's pointing towards the sky as if saying, we're paddling up. We're paddling up towards the heavens. We're used to Jupiter expanding and dying. This is something we know better than anything else that we do. We're very versed at it, even if it doesn't seem as though we are. And the rocks being the many lifetimes that we live. But how right now, all of it ancestrally is being transformed. And notice that the 2-7, okay, and we talked about the 7 being kind of a number here that has meaning and purpose in this sense, and that some will have luck and many won't. Many will be very disillusioned at this time. And I'm already seeing it. I'm already seeing that energy where there are those that are coming out of this and saying, oh my goodness, this is going to be my year. And then there are others that are going, oh no, it's not. This isn't good. I don't feel this at all, you know. And I can just say that even for me, I'm going through things right now, right? I've got my spouse who wants to divorce me right here, right now, and leave me without medical insurance and doesn't feel I need it. And in fact, even as a medical astrologer, I need medical insurance because I have blood tests, I have a doctor I consult with, and yes, maybe I provide her a lot of support to my medical care, but I'm still not a doctor. And it's still important that I get the proper support for my medical problems. And so with that, do consider in every way what you need for yourself. We offer several things for readings. We have a $300 special where our newsletter is getting ready to go out, where we can very much talk about what you have. We also have a sliding scale. We do everything we can to offer our services to those who need it. And so with that, please hit the like, share, and subscribe. Leave comments, help support us as we go forward so that we can reach people, so that we can do this work. Our medical system is in trouble. We are in trouble physically as people, and we either recognize this truth or we perish. Thank you so much for joining me here today.